the International Hockey League, the league on the move. Hockey is considered by many as the sport of the 90s, and this exciting and record-setting league has been making great strides toward the development of future stars over the past several years. With teams in major cities throughout the country, the excitement is growing, and the fans are loving every minute of it.
I don't know, Amy, why do we like hockey? I guess for the fights. Where are you from?
It's fast and it's exciting and it's wild. It's nuts. I love it.
What's your favorite thing about hockey?
That there's no cameras at the game.
For the kids, we're involved with the kids hockey. And it's a good opportunity for them to get out on the ice and learn sportsmanship and agility.
The sheer athleticism of the players. I like the gracefulness of great big bruisers. And the way they skate forwards and backwards, their speed, the way they maneuver, the way they pass the puck, the way they hand the puck, and the way they knock each other down.
I love the agility of the athletes. I love the spontaneity of the game, and I love the all-out action.
The excitement, the fun, the fans really get into it, and the way these players just like to beat the heck out of each other.
What do you like about hockey?
The men.
I love the excitement. It's a thrill to be here.
Constant action.
This is the fights.
Fast action.
Oh, the fast action is where it's at. That's where it's at. It's the best sport in town.
How exciting is the International Hockey League? You can experience it in person or on Prime Network television affiliates across the country.
This is great!
The penalty is over. Gillingham's between the defenders. Cutting in, Rayon knocks the puck. Right back to Gillingham. Count the goal. So Gillingham makes amends. He steps out of the penalty box, and Rayon could not clear the puck. Gillingham popped it in behind her.
Over the past 5 years, the growth of the league is up 120%, which is just phenomenal.
Sandy Smith around the defense. Smith cutting in, shoots, a goal! Public address announcer lied. Elvis has not left the building. Kriva Krasov feeds Woodcroft right in front. Loose for Kriva Krasov. He's still got it and scores! An unbelievable play. Here we go. Gloves are off. Truly a shot of the goal! The East scores twice within the 32nd time period. We've got a one-goal game at 5-4.
As of yesterday, the governors of the International Hockey League agreed to say, we want the city of Las Vegas.
Perreault with a rush up the rink. Perreault with a great move. What a save, a rebound, and a goal!
You see 12, 13, 14, 15,000 on a weekend coming to an IHL game. I can't say enough about the individual teams in the league that are doing a tremendous job in having nightly promotions that both women and children set aside from the actual hockey fan can enjoy.
Right in front. What a save by Pokey Reddick. McDonough, a drop pass, a shot, a save. Racine with his 5th spectacular save of the period.
The growth of the International Hockey League has been nothing short of phenomenal. Here's a look at how the IHL stacks up in '92 and '93. Starting with the Western Conference, there's the hottest team in professional hockey, the San Diego Gulls. The Gulls are set to break the IHL record for most wins and points in a season. They started the season fast out of the gates, winning 29 of their first 30 games. San Diego, led by 13-year veteran Rick Knickel in goal, had it all their own way in the early part of the season. Through the course of the year, the Gulls' biggest concern has been the attrition of players to the NHL. First, the league's leading scorer, Hubie McDonough, was signed by San Jose. And then Knickel, who seemed destined to finish his career in San Diego, was picked up by the LA Kings. The Gulls are led by their fiery coach Rick Dudley, who previously coached the NHL Buffalo Sabres. Key ingredients? Experience and depth. Here's a look at a couple of former NHL players now with the Gulls. When opponents square off against the Salt Lake Golden Eagles, they face three things: great goaltending, solid defense, and toughness. The Golden Eagles are a very physical team that lets you know you've been in a hockey game. Goaltending is their strong suit, and they sport two of the very best. First, there's IHL All-Star Andrei Trefilov in his rookie season out of Moscow. His style of goaltending is nothing short of acrobatically spectacular. And when Trefilov has the night off, 20-year-old Canadian hero Trevor Kidd steps in and does an equally impressive job. But it's not all goaltending. There's plenty of scoring punch. The Phoenix Roadrunners, affiliate of the LA Kings, have brought exciting hockey to the desert in the Great Southwest. The Roadrunners are led by All-Stars Darryl Williams, and Brad Tiley. Phoenix hosted this year's All-Star game, and the hometown heroes scored the first two goals of the game. During the regular season, goalie David Goverty turned in some stellar performances. The defending Turner Cup champions, the Kansas City Blades, are again in the heat of the playoff race for 92-93. And while they struggled early this season, great coaching and persistence have helped to regain their form. The Blades have had an exciting year and really have turned it on in the second half. Led by last year's Coach of the Year, Kevin Constantine, the Blades have received offensive punch from Mark Beaufait, Ed Courtney, Mikhail Kravitz, Victor Ignatiev, and Dale Craigwell. Goaltender Wade Flaherty has been outstanding between the pipes. There aren't enough superlatives to go around when talking about the Milwaukee Admirals. Even their building, the Bradley Center, considered by many to be the best hockey facility in North America, provides a tremendous home that has enabled the Admirals to lead the IHL in attendance this year. Milwaukee's having a great season, despite losing two of their top scorers midway through the year. Picking up the slack have been players like defenseman Sean Evans, left wing Dennis Snedden, and in goal, the unified team's Olympic gold medal winner, Mikhail Stalenkov. And when Stalenkov takes a breather, veteran Larry Dick takes command. Rounding out the Western Conference, the Peoria Rivermen, the Turner Cup champions in 1985 and in 1991, and they've been in a battle for the playoffs all year. The Rivermen are led by all-star center Kevin Meehan. In his 4th year, Kevin leads Peoria in scoring despite having been out almost all of January with a shoulder injury. Besides Meehan, Dave Mackey has played well and was named to this year's All-Star squad. Turning to the Eastern Conference, the Atlanta Knights are enjoying a great deal of success, having just joined the IHL for the 92-93 season. The Knights have been both division and conference leaders under the guidance of former NHL and Italian Olympic coach Gene Ubriaco. And part of that success stems from such players as Keith Osborne, who led the league in scoring until being called up by Tampa Bay. Other key players include Jock Callender, and goaltender David Littman. Even with the Knights' success, they may well be remembered for having the most visible player to ever play in the International Hockey League, the first professional female hockey player, goaltender Manon Rhéaume, who, in her own words, plays for the love of the game.
I started to play hockey at 5 years old. I started to skate at 3. My parents make the outside ice. It's why I started to skate very young. And my 2 brothers play hockey, and when I would like to play with him, they said, go in the net and we're gonna shot on you, and it's why I start like this. First of all, for me, it's not important to be the first woman. The fact is, I'm the first woman, and if they can help other women, I think it's good. Because when I was young, I never see a woman at this level, and it's why I never think to go higher. And sometimes when I have some problem, because I'm a girl, I was discouraged, and sometimes I think to stop. And it's why now, if they can help other women to continue to play, or if they can help other men too, if some boys said, if a girl can do this, I can do this, I think it's good too. I practice every day with the guys, and after every day I have outside training, and I do some weights and aerobic thing and flexibility too. It's why I work hard every day and to try to catch up and to be stronger on the ice. When I was young, one of my favorite goaltenders was Daniel Bouchard. He played for Quebec Nordics, and now I have the chance to meet him because he lives in Atlanta. It's good to meet him. I think I have a lot of pressure for this game. I don't have to put more in my shoulder when I said it's an NHL game. I just think to do my best and to concentrate on the game. And I was very nervous before the game, but when I go on the ice, I feel good. No, I never think to be here before. I never see a woman in professional hockey. It's why every year I want to play because I love that. And but I love the competition. It's why I want to go higher every year.
The Lumberjacks started their first season in Cleveland after moving from Muskegon, Michigan. The Lumberjacks are led by Dave Mikhailuk, one of the top scorers in league history, and a veteran of the 91-92 NHL Stanley Cup Series with Pittsburgh. Right behind him is another sharpshooter in Daniel Gauthier. Goaltending chores are handled by another of the IHL's great crop of netminders, Rob Dobson. Moving south in Ohio, To say that the fans in Cincinnati love their Cyclones would be an understatement. Hockey mania flourishes in Cincinnati as they challenge for the league attendance crown in just their first year in the IHL. Led by one of the top goal scorers in the league, All-Star Jeff Medill, the Cyclones bring possibly the most exciting atmosphere to every game. Cincinnati also features the only player in the league from the tiny country of Haiti. That's Claude Vilgrain. And former NHL #1 pick, left wing Paul Lawless, has added even more scoring punch. In addition, goalie Sandy Galuppo has turned in some outstanding performances against some tough competition. The oldest and most tradition-rich franchise in the IHL is the Fort Wayne Komets. The Komets are led by the league's all-time leading goal scorer, Scott Gruel. Other offensive threats come from All-Stars Paul Willett and Igor Chibarev. The Komets continue to have excellent net minding in the form of All-Star Pokey Redding. The Komets are a big draw in Fort Wayne with their local fans, leading the league in sellouts for 92-93. And look for the 93-94 IHL All-Star Game to be hosted by Fort Wayne during that city's bicentennial celebration. The Indianapolis Ice feature the league's leading scorer in Tony Herkus. But Indy's offense doesn't stop there. All-Star Game MVP Sergei Krivokrasov adds more scoring punch, and U.S. Olympic goaltender Ray LeBlanc has again taken charge between the pipes. The Kalamazoo Wings, longtime affiliate of the NHL North Stars, have been the most stable franchise in the IHL, having just observed their 19th season in the league. The Wings are led by All-Stars Doug Baralt, and Yves Heroux. And combined with James Black, the Wings come at you with plenty of power. In the nets, Jeff Stolp has been the key stopper for Kalamazoo. The 1992-93 season provided one of the most exciting All-Star games in IHL history, with the West leading in the contest 4-2 after 2 periods. The East All-Stars scored a record-setting 4 goals in a 2-minute, 14-second span in the 3rd period to pull off a spectacular and historic 7-5 triumph.
The shot, the red light went on, count the goal. The East comes back and dents the net of Trefilov to make it a 5-3 game, and I think it's Callender. No, instead it's Mikhailuk. A shot and a goal! The East scores twice within a 30-second time period. We've got a 1-goal game at 5-4. Chibarev centers a shot, save, and a goal! Krivokrasov ties up the hockey game at 5-5. Perron with a rush up the rink. Perron with a great move. What a save, a rebound, and a goal! Following up the play, Gauthier. And the Cleveland Lumberjack gives the East their first lead in the hockey game. It's 6-5. Krasov, he's going to score an empty netter. And that will ice this All-Star game.
In addition to the great human interest story of Atlanta's Minot Rayon, the IHL is also proud to be the development ground for Derek Martin, a veteran of the league who very well may be on his way to becoming the first black referee in the history of the National Hockey League.
I don't think the race issue is a problem here in hockey, so to speak. I think it's more of a hockey's, I shouldn't say a Canadian sport, but it's dominated more by Canadians, where black-white issue in Canada is really not an issue. It's an issue here in the United States. I think I received more problems from fans where I went into some towns when I'm paying my dues coming up the minor leagues, and before that, where I thought I was the black population of the town when I arrived. So most people, when I go into that setting, they're not used to seeing a block period, and then they see a block in authority, and they have a hard time with that. Maybe hockey is a little bit better than maybe the rest of society, where they're more accepting. If you have the ability to play the sport, officiate the sport, coach the sport, you're getting the opportunity. And whoever has the ability to succeed will. If you don't, then you will drop out.
And speaking of officials, here's one for the hockey fan who's never had a real appreciation for a linesman's day at the office. IHL excitement is nothing new. The International Hockey League is steeped in tradition, with its beginnings dating back nearly 50 years. In 1945, millions of young servicemen were returning home from World War II. On December 5th of that year, a group of dedicated hockey men got together in Windsor, Ontario, and in a meeting that lasted 3 hours at the Norton Palmer Hotel, the International Hockey League was born. The league remained relatively stable through the 60s and 70s, and in 1980, the IHL expanded to its current schedule of 82 games per team. The unique tie-breaker shootout format to decide games tied at the end of overtime was adopted in 1986. This has added even more excitement to the game, as there are no ties in IHL games. The 1990s has brought continued growth, stability, and excitement. With the addition of the Atlanta Knights, the Cincinnati Cyclones, and the Cleveland Lumberjacks to the league this year, the IHL is firmly positioned in major markets from Atlanta to San Diego. Last year's attendance was over 2.5 million and looks to break the 3 million mark this year. 8 of the 12 teams are the top affiliates of NHL clubs. And the IHL has truly become an international league. With the demise of the Soviet Union, there has been a flood of Russian and European players into the league. Last year, the San Diego Gulls acquired winger Dmitry Kvartlanov, and he promptly won the IHL's MVP and Rookie of the Year awards, having scored 60 goals and 118 points. He was the top draft choice of the Boston Bruins and is now one of their leading scorers. And just to drop a couple of other names, U.S. Olympic goaltender Ray LeBlanc and the Unified Team's gold medal-winning goaltender Mikhail Shtalenkov are 2 more headliners on IHL rosters. The International Hockey League has come a long way from its beginnings in 1945. The IHL is one of the premier professional hockey leagues and has a bright future ahead. It's been a great year in the eye, but look out for 93-94. Las Vegas is being added to the league, and they're committed to claiming the crown in their very first season. The Turner Cup, the cherished trophy that all of these teams covet. The team that captures the Turner Cup can truly be called champions. Be a part of the action. Be a part of the International Hockey League, the league on the move.
Krasov right in front. What a great move, and he scores! That's why Kriva Krasov will one day skate in the NHL.
You're a bad guy. Oh, well, you're a bad guy. That's for sure.
Big skate save, the rebound, a stick save, another rebound, and a goal! Oh, David Littman made 2 great saves.
Wait a minute. Clark says, I'm not coming back to Phoenix. They got trick ice here.
A goal that didn't count. Watch this. Right there under Larry Dick's arm, that puck goes over the goal line.
Right in front, Cincinnati shot and a goal. On the giveaway, right in front for Lawless. Here comes Lawless. He scores! Lawless gets the hat trick. Presley right in front. Kinnickle makes the save. Gancher behind Dineen, moving in.